Morning. It's May, I think it's 22nd. I'll have to look and check the date. I'm not sure on that. This is a update video on the sugar snap peas. We planted these things March 14th, and they're doing pretty good right now. They're topping out over 5 feet tall. Filled in the trellis, you can see how much taller they are than my trellis, my cattle panels that I use as a trellis. So I'm gonna have to add some stakes on each end and put me some more string up. They kept leaning out trying to get to the sun because I've got them under my house, right up next to the house, and these things are going crazy. And they're starting to get the peas on there. My wife picked them a couple days ago. I picked a few yesterday. You can see all the flowers. And this is the first time I've planted sugar snap peas, so I didn't know they got this tall. I was thinking they'd max out about 3 or 4 feet tall, like the little marvels over there on the other end. But these things they're getting tall. So next time I plant them, I know right now I'm gonna have to build get my trellis about 6 foot. You can see them. Peas are coming on, and if you'll notice, these things they're probably 3 to 4 feet tall before they even start forming the flowers on them. So the flowers are forming about right there. So there's over 3 feet tall. I thought they'd be forming the peas all the way down, but these things are just now starting to flower and really get going. So I'm definitely going to have to upgrade my trellis system here because it just isn't tall enough. It's probably 3 feet tall max, and these things are just going crazy. Like I say, it's the first year we've grown them, so we didn't know what to expect. I've never grown sugar snap peas, but they're starting to come on, and you can see the peas in there. They're getting quite a bit of peas on them, and even after we picked them, I've noticed that we pick them and the more blooms come out. So now I'm going to have to, today, if it don't rain, it's supposed to be overcast and maybe raining all day. Depends on what happens. If not, I'll get to it tomorrow, but I'm definitely, because they're starting to curl. You see that stalk right there, and lean over, and I don't want them falling down behind here. Then I can't get around there. I can, but it's going to be hard to get in there and get the peas picked. So now we know to build a little taller trellis next time for our peas, for these variety anyway. I've got an Alaskan variety on the other side, and they're only like 3 feet tall. But that's getting, they're getting up there. So I'll show you. These were planted at the same time. These were, and there's our little buddy. He's checking it out, wishing he could get out here in the garden. But you can see these are flowering. These are called Little Marvel, and they're flowering about 2 foot off the ground, which I think I like a little better than to have those sugar snaps getting so tall. But my wife likes the sugar snap pea, so that's the variety we'll keep growing. I'll do these again too. I kind of like maybe if I can get you can see the difference there. Those sugar snaps are twice the height of these guys. And then there's our potatoes, our Yukon Gold potatoes that we planted early in March too. And here's our update on our little cucumber plant. I did a few videos, probably a few weeks back on cucumber plant in a container. And we put this thing up against a chain link fence, and we're going to use the fence as a trellis. And you can see it's growing through there, and doing pretty good. And when we planted this thing, I put it in a pot, put some fertilizer in it, and then when I come around here and put the container over here, I just didn't set it on the ground. I dug a little trench out and buried the bottom of the pot in the ground. So now, when it uses up all its nutrients inside the pot, these cucumber roots can grow down into the ground. And then I put about, I don't know, 3-4 inches of leaves around the bottom of the pot, and I laid these bricks on there so the wind wouldn't blow my leaves away. And there's our beets. They're starting to do good. These are Detroit dark red. And they're starting to do pretty good. Those over there are the few little Cinderella beets that I got, brand new seeds, and they didn't do too well, so we're actually making our own beet seeds. Let's see if I can get a picture of that. But there's our Yukon Gold potatoes, and they're doing great. They're doing really good. Even in the pots, you can see these things just love living. But here's the onions, and even our what are these? These are baby Dutch. We planted these a couple months later, I think 2 months later, and now they're starting to come up. But this is a Cinderella beet that we planted last year, and this, when we picked it, harvested the beets, we saved the biggest 3, put it in the crisper, cut all the green off of it and put it in the crisper. Then we brought it out and replanted it in this pot. And this will make us some beet seeds this year off of this variety, and hope I'll get a little better germination rate than the seeds I bought. That's a Cinderella. It grows like a carrot. I like those beets better than the Detroit dark red. And here's the Detroit dark red beet that we had. We left one in the ground, and I just covered it with a little plexiglass panel, and it made it through the winter. And you can see it's going to seeds, and we'll have some fresh beet seeds this year. You can see all those little seeds forming. Sorry, it's shaking with the wind this morning. And we've even got some ryegrass going to seed that I planted as a cover crop. You can see that right there. If I can get down in there maybe. And I'm going to save some of the seeds out of that. But there's our beet seeds forming. And there's our sugar snap peas. And I imagine with the way they're going, these things may top out. It's looking like, well, they're 5 feet now. And I'm going to put another trellis on the side of this thing. So I imagine we might get them up to 6 feet, maybe even 7 feet tall by the time they're done. And you can see most of the flowers are at the top of the plant. And these little marvels over here are down at the bottom of the plant. So there's a little update on our sugar snap peas. They're easy to grow. I haven't fertilized anything. I just put them in the ground, put a little fertilizer in the ground when I planted them mid-March. And I've only watered them twice. We've had so much rain. And easy maintenance. There you go. Lord willing, we'll get a good harvest. We've been eating them as we pick them, so we haven't had enough to make a meal yet. We just pick them off and eat them. So that's what she likes, and that's what we'll do. Thanks for watching.